Hi everyone, I'm Holly. Welcome to my workshop in Montana. Today I'm packing orders from the August release. We had two collections. We had the Bigfoot collection, which was oh so fun, and the Night Sky collection, plus I had a couple of tallow soaps as well. So during the first several days of a release, a customer, if they want to see their order packed on video, will ask to be on the pack and chat. So that's what we're doing today. So if you want to see a lot of order packing and a lot of chatting, just keep watching. Okay, so this first one is going to Valerie and Patrick in South Carolina. Thank you so much for your orders. We're combining two orders today. So I'm going to use a 1075. Still getting my boxes at Granger, still loving their service. It has worked out so well for me. We're going to put in our bubble paper. I'm pretty sure I have enough for all these soaps. It's a little bit tight with the Bigfoot box, but let's just see what happens here. Got it all over here to the side. So into this order, we're putting in a Bigfoot box. I'm so excited. And it's just oh so fun. It's oh so fun. So we have a little card here. And then we have 3 soaps. We have 2 lip balms in Huckleberry and Apple Pie. We've got a keychain and a sticker. A little soap saver sack, evidence net, just being cheeky and fun. And then we have 2 bath bombs down in here. We've got, they're hiding in. We've got an evergreen, and we have the footprint bath bomb. So fun. Really pleased with how these turned out. Of course, now I have to put it together. So this card is just like a whole case file, and it's so fun. Oh man, this has been the best time for me. Love it. Now Valerie says she's more of a Loch Ness Monster person. I will also absorb that info. I enjoy those shows. So fun. So, let's see here. I've got to get into my shred here over on the side. There's not a lot of room, but there's a smidgen of room. So we're going to go ahead and stuff some around. Alright, good. Good. We're going to put in some additional, well, just one, I guess. We have Territory Bigfoot. So this is just a really lovely evergreen, fresh evergreens with hints of juniper, cranberry, peppermint, camphor, and ozone. And apparently it is a Christmas fragrance. And I don't know. I mean, I can see how it could lean that way. I don't think it has to lean that way. And then we have 2 of the Northern Lights soaps, which were so pretty. And this is a fresh greenery, crisp apple, evergreen, cedarwood, and sandalwood, and clean musk. I added a bunch of ands in there that weren't actually written. We have Watermelon Paradise. Now, this one was the free chunky soap with the Summer Sips soap sampler from the last release, but I had made a full batch, so the full bars now available. We may be pushing this one just a smidgen. Let me see. Surely. My husband would say, don't call me Shirley. So we're going to put, yeah, that'll work. We just have to tuck those down. And then we have the Watermelon Paradise. Okay, great. And so then with this release, we had the lemongrass tallow and the fir needle tallow. So good. Now look, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I just love the label on the Northern Lights. I mean, I had so much fun designing the labels, but that Northern Lights one was really pretty. I did purchase that as a clip art on the Etsy though. Alright, so I'm going to put in a stargazing soap sample. You guys have probably tried that before. I hope you like it alright. And then this one will be off. So do you all remember, probably Valerie and Patrick, y'all probably remember this paper. This is not the same paper because it's like a teeny tiny sheet. And I used to get massive sheets, but I thought that was the weather app telling me something fun, but it turns out it was Chick-fil-A giving me some sort of alert apparently. Anyway, I used to use this all the time. It was like my main paper. That's what I used for every single release back in the day. So fun. It feels good. It feels good to have it. We're going to put my sticker on. And then this paper, which just lays on the top on this box size. Look. So nice. So pretty. It works with the Night Sky collection. And so get this all closed up. And then I'll go do my checks on, you know, how much shipping was spent, how much it cost to send this one, and then I will refund the excess. So this order is going to Dawn in Florida. Thank you so much for your order, Dawn, and your lovely message. We are putting in, this feels like a little bit big all of a sudden. I think I'm going to like it after all. We're going to tuck in some shred here at the bottom. It is a dark and gloomy day in northwest Montana today. This is our first one we've had in a very, very long time. And we actually had rain this morning for the first time since June. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to pound down the dust a little bit. So we're putting in a figgy cream room and linen spray. Oh, it's just been so dry here. We are still doing okay in our exact region, though there is a fire north of us, the skillet fire. But it doesn't really affect us here, but it does affect our area in general. Then the other day we were going to town. Oh, it's Wednesday? What? Yeah, so it was Wednesday. We were taking packages into town. And I saw a helicopter flying, carrying a bucket. And I was like, oh no. But I was like, well, I said they're probably just training because Two Bear Air, which is our search and rescue here, was training with the Smith Valley Fire Department. And so we were like almost to the Smith Valley Fire Department. So I was like, oh, they're probably just training. And then we saw the smoke. And there was a fire. But they, the sheriff said they got that out really quick. So, cool. Earlier, we did have some thunder this morning. And I fully expected to hear helicopters next. But thank goodness we did not. Alright, so we're going to put in the Night Sky collection. It's so pretty with its black paper, and let me tell you, the paper that I was going to wrap this in is this blue paper. Now, I admittedly forgot to order the paper earlier, but it was supposed to be in, and then Monday was supposed to be in, and then it just got changed to Thursday. And I was like, oh darn, this is a problem. And I was stressing about it, like, what could I do? And I went digging around in my tissue pile, and I found it, and I was so excited. The sound that I let out, my sound of glee, was probably hilarious if anybody heard it. But it was just something that I'd had for Halloween, and yay, it worked perfect. I'm out now, so one of them for today is now packaged in the blue as intended, but this black is really pretty too. So that has it's not a full-size bar. It's about 3/4 of what I normally do. I've had some people mention that they would like the sampler soaps to be even smaller. Possible, but kind of difficult to deal with, I've been noticing. So like the watermelon, I did slice it smaller last time. It's a pain to wrap and clean up, and just my fingers don't like the process of wrapping those. So anyway, I think I'm going to keep the soaps at the size that they are, because when they do get thinner, they bow more as they dry and cure, and we're very dry up here in northwest Montana. Some of our humidity this with this fire danger has only been like 10%. So anyway, so then we're going to put in the orange creamsicle. It's a very chunky soap. And it is the soap that is the free chunky soap that goes with the sampler this month. So that's going to be there. Let's put that on the top. So I want the melts to have plenty of cushioning. So we're going to put in a stargazing wax melt. Now this scent, oh, it's so good. It's night air, warm woods, fruity sweetness, vanilla, and musk. I love it so much. It's so good. And I had a lot of requests for stargazing to come back. And so it was those requests that kind of launched the whole night sky collection. And it was fun. I really, really like it. I really, really like it. So the reason why I went ahead with the bigger box is because of the room spray. I have to put some extra labels on the top, and we had the wax melts were going in, and I like to have more cushioning around them. It helps insulate. I just realized my dogs were outside. No, nor they are. Okay, I saw them both. I saw them both. That was the important part. So then we're going to put in the root beer float soap. So good. And let's see. We're going to give it just a smidgen more shred. Doesn't need a lot there. And we'll put that one there. So there's our little box. We're going to put in the card into the packing slip. And then I still do just fold it and set it on the top on this one as well. And then this happy little package is going to be off to Florida. Alright, so this next one is going to Tanzania in Louisiana. Thank you so much for your order. And we're going to put in 2 bath bombs and 2 soaps. So the soaps we have here are Stars and Stripes and the new Lemongrass Tallow. I'm just going to put them up on their sides here because I want to give plenty of room for the bath bombs. So we have, from the last release, we have Berry Lemonade and Peach Mango Sangria. Aren't they pretty? These always remind me of, oh shoot, now I can't think of their name. I specifically remember having one in the living room of our house in Montana when I was very young. But they were they were half and half on a stick. It was like a suckery thing. That's what they remind me of. Whatever those are. Don't remember anymore. Wow. I just thought of it the other day. But not now. So I like to wrap them in bubble paper. And then we're just going to put a little shred around them there. We're going to put in a soap sample. This is Bigfoot Bait, which is a purple and green fruity soap. I love it so much. Our card and our paper. Let's tuck everybody in. Isn't that pretty? I just always love the way the tissue paper looks with the sticker. So this order is going to Sonia in Alabama. Thank you so much for your order, Sonia. And Sonia is pretty much the whole reason why we have stargazing. Sonia and Eliza, they're my 2 biggest cheerleaders for stargazing. So fun. We have, going into this box, 4 stargazing soaps because Sonia needed to stock up. Because, you know, I only make this now, it seems. Most of my soaps I tend to make about once a year, unless they're like figgy cream or whatever, which I need to make figgy cream. And then we have 2 Jitterbug soaps. So I think that's the end of the coffee soap. So that's fun. And I know that one of my customers likes to get the Jitterbug as a gift for her mother for Christmas. So I've got to get that one made again before too long as well. So I will try to have both of those around Figgy Cream and Jitterbug again. So that works great. We had a 664 here, and so I just put 2 stacks of 3. It worked really nicely. We're going to put in a Northern Lights soap sampler, and this is the one where I had my little mountain design and then kind of the Northern Lights look. And then this packet is off to Alabama. I am moving right along today, aren't I? I tried to have everything ready today so that I didn't have to take a lot of time in between to pick out samples and all the things. This order is going to Linda in Idaho. Thank you so much for your order, Linda. And that's fun. It's just in Idaho. We're state neighbors. We're going to put in a stargazing and a Northern Lights. Aren't they so pretty? Love it. We're going to put in a Where Eagles Fly and a honey cream tallow soap. That was the last of the honey cream. So I bought all this stuff a while ago to make crema cacao, and I just haven't done it yet. You know, that used to be my main unscented until cocoa butter went like through the roof pricing, and I had to like just quit buying it because I just couldn't. So I did figure out how much I needed for one batch, and I bought just enough. So I do need to make my crema cacao too. Classics. Figgy, crema, coffee. Oh, speaking of coffee, oh my. Drama. So, you know, if you've watched any length of time, that Copper Mountain Coffee in Kalispell is our precious. We love it. We love our barista girls and everything, but it was bought, like they just turned 14 like yesterday, but it was bought in December from, I think, somebody out of Spokane, and now just, is my thoughts on that. They are running it into the ground. So, I don't know. We just lost 2 of our girls left yesterday. We tried to strategically plan it so that we could say goodbye to both, but we missed the morning one, so, and then we lost another one a couple of weeks ago, another one a little bit before that, 2 more before that. So I sent them an email with my thoughts, and they did not respond. Bad customer service, because it was very nice, but we're customers. We are customers, and we were ignored. So, whatevs. Once all our girls are gone, we'll probably just quit going. So, fully on them. So, I didn't even show you that when I got distracted by coffee talk. Just putting in a Figgy Cream wax melt. And I've noticed that a lot of the eco dyes, which, yay, eco dye, right? They fade. They're kind of crappy, so in the fading department, they don't hang out there as well as some of the other things, so fiddlesticks. I don't know. So we're going to put in a Chasing Fireflies soap. This one was so pretty. So I really tried to make it look like, it could either go with like a bluish tint mason jars. I never caught fireflies. We don't have fireflies in Montana. Completely enamored by them in Missouri. They're just absolutely fabulous. But I tried to do more of a grass dealio with like a tealy twilight sky color and then the yellow for the fireflies. It kind of worked. Still cute. So this one is off to Idaho, and thank you for your lovely message too, Linda. I really appreciated that, and I'm so glad that you all love the videos. Got a lot of comments about the people saying that they love the videos. Alright, so this order is going to Kimberly in New Jersey. Thank you so much for your order, Kimberly. And we're going to put in some soaps for Kimberly's husband. And we have Sierra Sounds, which that's a very cologne-y type scent. I really love it. And then the Territory Bigfoot. And let's put these in first. And then we have the Fir Needle Tallow Soaps. And so, yeah, her husband has been asking when my next release would be. And so it's just fun that I had some more masculine variety scents with this one. And Kimberly just has the best Vlogmas. She is a knitwear designer and just a real big wig in the knitting and crochet world as far as I'm concerned. And she always designs a pattern for the Vita Lifestyle Yarn Advent, and so I'm very excited to see what that is this year. I did not make the sweater. I've never made a sweater to this point. I do want to, but I haven't made a sweater yet. But I kind of took your design on the sweater that you made last year with like all the different, why can't I think of the words? It's Friday and I'm about done. Anyway, I'm changing my stitches and I'm making a blanket kind of based on how you designed the sweater. So I still think that's really fun. I'm using up my Vita Lifestyle yarns. It's fingering weight obviously, but I'm just going to have a little lap blanket and it's just going to be so fun when it's all done. So that's what I'm doing. And we're going to put in a Northern Lights. And so yeah, I'm just so excited for Vlogmas this year. I'm ready for it to be here, kind of, sort of, but not really, but yes, kind of ready for Christmas, but not. Anyway, you get it. So I'm going to put in the card and that and my little extra note. And then this one is going to be off to New Jersey. Alright, so this next order is going to Diane in New York. Thank you so much for your orders, Diane. Thank you always. Always and forever. We're going to put in a Stargazing Ruined Linen Spray. I always like to tighten that lid. And then we have to wrap it up so it can absorb any of the excess if needed. If it leaks, wrap it in a bag. And I have to make sure I put my sticker on it. Oops, don't get funny. We'll try to remember that. I always remember at some point. So we're going to have a couple of different packages, and I know you said to use the second one for coffee, but let me tell you, I'm getting crazy. So I thought I had bought a different box from Granger to package multiple of the Bigfoot boxes. Thought for sure. I don't know what happened. I didn't order them. It didn't occur to me that I didn't order them until I was packing orders, and I was like, where are the boxes? And I'm like, nope, never ordered them. So there's that. So we're shipping in 2 separate boxes. But I've only had to do this for a few, so it's totally fine. Not a problem. So we're going to put in this first box, the Night Sky collection again, and now it has the blue paper, and it's just really gorgeous. Really gorgeous too. Speaking of losing our minds, I think my husband and I have reached that age where we're getting a little old person crazy. My husband has been wandering around for like the last 30 minutes. He's out right now because the squirrels are driving him nuts screaming, and so he's taunting them back. And so he starts the sprinkler. He sits there and watches the sprinklers. And I'm like, you have crossed over to a new level. We're just not young anymore. So we're putting in that room spray there. And it's just too funny. It's just too funny. So we're going to put in a lemongrass and the fir needle. I don't know. I just don't know about us anymore. Tomorrow's our anniversary. We've been married for, let me think that through, 27 years tomorrow. So we've been together a long time. So we're going crazy together. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We're just going to go crazy together. I married him when I was 19 and he was 21. Like, we've been together a long time. So we're going to put in the stargazing wax melts. I like how this one really kind of looks like a moon shape or something. That's cool. So we're going to tuck that one in. Give it some extra. I don't have any wax melt samples for this. I only made the stargazing. That was it. Because it was still pretty hot. And now it's like 60 here. I know it's still hot in other places though. And then we're going to put in that orange creamsicle soap that goes with the Night Sky collection. And then I'll probably just put the Bigfoot boxes together by themselves. So I have an extra little thingy here that I'm putting in for you that we discussed. Let's see. And then the first one, we always have to give smooches to Riley Flynn. Very important. So let's tuck this one in. And then this one will be ready to go. And I need to make sure that I mark which one. I mean, they're going to be completely different boxes. What difference does it make? But this is definitely box 1. I don't know why I need to do that. I just have to do it for me. Have to do it. Now, I have to ship room and linen sprays as a hazardous material. It's just because it has an alcohol in it and the flash point. We've exhausted that battery. Anyway, the flash point is such that it can't fly on a plane. So that's all that's about. But so it kind of looks funky when you have to do it, but we just have to do it for the post office, just the way it is. All right, so I'm going to do a 12-8 date on this box, and we're going to bring in some of this biodegradable peanut business thanks to supply orders. Reusing. We're going to put in 2 of the Bigfoot boxes because Diane gifts a lot of things. So see there how that works just about perfect in that box. I love it. This takes me back to my mailboxes, etc. days. Only we had one of those fancy hoppers. Just used like that. That was nice. Speaking of my husband too. Okay, so the fair is going on in town right now, and across the street from the fairgrounds is the post office, and that's the one we usually go to because my printer has a mind of its own. Because that's usually it's the only one open late enough for us to get to. Like tonight, I don't even know if we'll make it. My son is working until 4:30. He'll get home. And then we'll run to town, but it closes at 5:30. We just may not make it. We'll take them, but we may not make it in time. So I'll send these Saturday. But anyway. Oh, jeez. Anyway. So the post office, we pull in. And over here is right in front of the building to our right. To the left is just a whole line of parking spots by the road. Well, during fair season, it becomes fair parking. So we were pulling in yesterday, and it was about 5 o'clock. And there's some old fellas from the American Legion, is that what they call it? The American Legion? Anyway, they're the ones that collect the parking. And so, they watched us like a hawk. My husband just rolled through real slow because they were just they're waiting to pounce on us to go get our money, I guess. Or I don't know, maybe we were supposed to pay when we came in. We're going to the post office. That's what we're doing. So we're driving in, and my husband's going really slow. And he goes to the left. And he sees the guys in the back. They're about ready to come over. Then he quick whips it over to the right to go into the post office. It gave me a giggle. I shouldn't have, but it gave me a giggle. Alright, so this one is looking pretty good. I know I'm getting a little goofy now. This always happens at the very end. I'm down to one more to go, and I'm caught up, and I'm just I'm just getting a little weird. Getting a little goofy. So this is going to be the box 2. We're going to go ahead and put everything in there. Probably don't need that. In between everything, I've been listening to Elvis because I watched, like, I didn't know what to do the other day, so I watched, it was like Elvis, an epic documentary, so I've been listening to that, and I discovered a bunch of new songs, so I've been listening to that. One of them was like Poke Salad Annie. It was such a weird song, but it made me think about how when we moved to Missouri, we never knew what poke was until we got there. That is definitely a southern thing. We were Montana and Wyoming people. Let me tell you, Missouri was an adjustment. But unfortunately, we adjusted very well and did not readjust back up here super well. Speaking of Missouri, these last 2 are going to Cynthia in Missouri. Thank you so much for your orders, Cynthia. And we're going to still keep them separate. They're doing a little something different. We're going to go in with the Bigfoot box. And how did I want to do this? It has quite a bit of... Yeah, I think that's good. It has quite a bit of padding on the bottom of the products in the Bigfoot box. And we're just going to put a little bit of shred down. And then we're going to cover that up. Because we're going in with the Peach Mango Summer Glow set. This one had the lip balm and the shimmering body oil and a little soap. And just because that could potentially leak, shouldn't, but potentially. And then we're doing a peppermint pumice whipped soap scrub. Love it. So good. I'm going to put in a little bit of shred there. And then we're going to put in a Northern Light soap. And let's see here. Oh, I probably could use a little bit more paper here on the ends. Yes, I could have. And then we're going to put in a Stargazing soap sample. I'll put that there. Have the card, and Cynthia signed the lovely, very lovely note with love and lots of coffee, and I just love that. That brought a smile to my face because I'm thinking about the coffee right about now. I said last night, I was like, it was dinner time, I'd made tacos for dinner, and I was like, I already cannot wait for coffee in the morning. So my son asked me this morning, he was like, was it everything that you had hoped for? And I was like, and more. It was so good. So this one is off to Missouri, or Missouri, some people say. So I have another box, 1 and forgot to put the tape in it. But I also needed to go put tape on my Costco list as part of that process. So for this one, we're just putting a couple of soaps and a couple of lip balms. So we're going to use a 753. I got out my cutesy strawberry paper for this one. So into this one we're doing Root Beer Float and the Watermelon Paradise soaps. Let's just put a smidgen of shred down there. And we'll put these 2. We have 2 of the strawberry lip balms going in. Strawberry sorbet was like the lip balm seller for this release. It did really well. I mean, aside from the lip balms in the Bigfoot box. Alright, put that in there like so. See, doesn't that look dandy? We're going to put in an orange creamsicle soap sample. And then this one is also going to be off to Missouri. And I just want to say hello to everybody in the household. I always get such lovely notes from Cynthia about what everybody's saying. And I just really appreciate it. Alright, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your orders. I so appreciate getting your orders. I know it's not easy, and I know a lot of times people think that this is just like extra income for me, but this is my job, and I depend on this income, and so I do thank you very much. I'm very grateful. I just feel like all I do is say thank you, thank you, thank you, and I feel like maybe it has lost its value in some cases, but it is fully backed with 100% gratefulness. I am so thankful every single time I say it. I am so very thankful for you, and I mean it wholeheartedly. My products are available at moriversoap.com. I have quite a bit left. It's so fun to be able to have a big selection, and I have a big selection right now. I am running a little bit of a sale, kind of a summer clean out sale, so I have more room for my fall and holiday goodies, so I do hope that you'll check it out. Be sure to check out the video description. There's lots of fun information down there. And as always, if you would give this video a like and a hype and a comment, and subscribe if you haven't and you want to see more. I just love chatting with you, and I love being friends with you. So I do hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next video.